Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleveland Cavaliers MyNBA series here on NBA2K21. It still feels really weird calling it MyNBA and not My League. I've corrected myself about 5 times on that today. Anyway, we continue Season 2 of the series, the first season on Next Gen, and we're not playing very well at the moment. We played 2 games last episode, a win over the Sixers, and then a close loss against the San Antonio Spurs. Currently 11-13. We're not on a win streak, to put it lightly, as we just didn't. We're on a losing streak at the moment. We've lost 2 in a row. We've lost 5 of our last 6, and 7 of our last 9. So we're not playing good basketball at the moment. Had a hot start, and seems like we're really cooling down. So we've got to play better and try to get this show back on track. Looking at the numbers, not a whole lot to talk about there for the most part. But as a team, we just have to pick it up. Obviously, it's a collective effort. Nobody is absolutely doing terribly, but we want to certainly improve. Also, let's do a quick little mini G League update. If you want to see me play G League games in this series, let me know, because I will. But our G League team is the Canton Charge. We are currently 5-7 on the season. And as we take a look at the numbers here, most of these players are, like, totally fake players. The only guys who you have to watch out for are Romeo Laguancho and Jacoby Bruce. Laguancho was one of our first-round picks last year. He's averaging 11, 5, and 3, so not terrible. And then Jacoby Bruce, one of the undrafted players we signed, he's only averaging around 7 a game. So I would like to see those guys playing a little bit better, but not the end of the world. I mean, I wish there were, like, real players, and I wish you could, like, edit your G League roster to, like, make transactions with it, but oh well. So today's opponent is the 7-17 Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers have the second worst record in the league, only behind the Milwaukee Bucks. I know, ironic, because they both just finished with the 1 seed. The Bucks kept Giannis, by the way, and the Lakers still have LeBron and AD, so I'm really not sure why both of these teams are so bad, but since the Pelicans have, like, all of their draft picks for the next 5 years, Pelicans fans have got to be pretty excited. Not only do they have a sick young core, but they have all the Bucks picks and all the Lakers picks. So that team is sitting pretty at the moment. Anyway, the 11-13 Cavs taking on the 7-17 Lakers here. Both teams rocking their City Edition jerseys today. The Cavs certainly went for a unique flair with their jerseys, also going with a different court for today's game. I'm a little bit on the jerseys, but I really like the court. I think it looks really clean. But let's see how these jerseys look in games. Let's start with a quick 3 from Cedric Garrett. LeBron was guarding him, but Garrett just let that one fly. Garrett is the only player for either team to score today, as that will change with a slam from the big fella, Boban Marjanovic, off of the putback from a LeBron miss. But LeBron's going to make that one as he gets the dunk inside. Lakers up by 1. It is 5-6. Darius Garland's pass is going to be tipped and intercepted by Josh Swisherson. He goes inside for the slam. Little throwback for the OG subscribers. You will all know the Josh Swisherson meme. 8-5. Garrett again! Pulling up right in LeBron's face. Garrett is off to a hot start, but he's the only one on this Cavs team who's really done anything today. Garrett, however, loses it here. LeBron James, the Akron, Ohio native, with the steal. LeBron obviously led the Cavs to a championship around 5 years ago. I'm sure the Cavs fans have many fond memories of that one. 10-12, pretty low-scoring game so far, as Anthony Simons is blocked inside by Big Fafa. Yusuf Diafafafobo. Porter over to Cedric Garrett for the mid-ranger. I think Cedric Garrett is the only one on the Cavs with a field goal today of any kind, which is kind of wild. 10-14, LeBron posting on the rookie. This is an old-fashioned duel. The King and the Rook, LeBron and Garrett. Back to LeBron, guarded by Garrett, and LeBron again wins that battle as he goes in for the slam. 14 apiece, it's Kevin Porter Jr. from 3, giving Cleveland the lead with about 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Lakers call time. Monte Morris now inside for AD. AD's been fairly quiet today. Back out for Morris for 3, and the Lakers are up by 2, 21-19. Cavs passing it around as Schroeder misses. However, Jeremy Grant is there for the rebound of the putback. That will tie this game up at 21 with about a minute to go in the quarter. As Precious Achiuwa inside for Anthony Davis. Spins by Jeremy Grant and gets the layup. 25-23. Lakers have the ball at the end of the quarter. Davis now guarded by Cedi Osman. Nice defense by Cedi as AD's shot is no good. And we've got ourselves a close one. Lakers lead at 25-23. I know the Lakers are kind of bad based on their record, but you can never count on a team that has both LeBron and Anthony Davis. On to the second quarter. There's Anthony Simons with the and one. Kevin Porter Jr. called for the foul. As you can tell, this Lakers roster is very different outside of LeBron and AD. 28-23. There's Colin Sexton for three. Now tied up at 30. Cedric Garrett inside, going upstairs where grandma hides the cookies. A ferocious dunk by the 8th overall pick out of Arizona, Cedric Garrett. 36-32. Simons' shot is good. Lakers take a 6-point lead. Cavs call timeout. They're on a little bit of a cold streak. 38-32. Reddish over to Osman. Passes it for Dennis Schroeder in the corner, cutting the Laker lead in half. Now 42-37. KPJ is denied at the rim. What a block by the King from Cleveland, LeBron James. 42-37. Now neither of these teams really want to score at the moment, as it's been an offensive drought from both sides. Achiuwa with the block. Osman gets it back. Cavs playing hot potato as Schroeder is blocked by LeBron. Here's Monty Morris on the fast break. Misses the shot inside for the rookie out of Texas, Terry Tate. He makes the layup. I feel like that's the first basket from either team in the past 3 minutes. 44-37. Porter misses the three late. LeBron with the rebound. Morris to Tate at the buzzer. It's good! What a shot by Terry Tate, and that will do it for the first half. The Lakers with a 10-point lead. Their defense was shut down the final few minutes of that first half. LeBron and Garrett both leading their teams with 12, as it's a duel between the all-time great and the rookie. On to the second half. There's Anthony Davis opening things up with a putback layup. Lakers now up by 12. Boban inside for Anthony Davis. He gets the slam. 51-37. LeBron tips it, gets the rebound. And LeBron James with the slam. This has been all Lakers so far in the third quarter. I think Cleveland's offense has forgotten how to play basketball. Right as I say that, speak of the devil, Colin Sexton gets a three. Cavs now nearly steal it, but instead LeBron with a ferocious, powerful dunk inside. Lakers now up by 15 as here's the rookie out of Senegal, Big Fafa. Yusuf Diafafa-Fobo with the play. Big Fafa back at it again. Going to pass it out for Obi Toppin. He gets the three. 10-point game now. The Cavs are starting to play a little bit better. As Sexton inside, tight defense, but he still makes the layup nonetheless. 61-53 now. Schroeder passes it out for Cam Reddish. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. As Reddish inside for the slam. 62-57 now. Monty Morris passes it out for Achiuwa. Pump fake and Precious Achiuwa with the slam. 64-57. 2 minutes to go in the third. Morris inside for Terry Tate, the talented rookie. A lot of Cavs scouts liked Tate, and had they not traded up for Yusuf Diafafa-Fobo in the middle of the first round, they probably would have traded up for Tate instead, as there is Kevin Porter Jr. with the slam. Porter compares a lot to Terry Tate. I think they're both pretty similar players, as Tate misses the shot, but Achiuwa gets the putback dunk. 68-59 now. Here is Cedi Osman for three. Nice bucket for him. 10-point lead now for the Lakers late in the quarter as Kevin Porter Jr. gets the and one. The rookie Tate is called for the foul. 7-point game now. Cleveland is starting to play a little bit better, but they can't deal with the king. LeBron with the beautiful dunk. 74-65. Kevin Porter Jr. step back at the buzzer. He got it. Kevin Porter Jr. a big third quarter for him. The Lakers will unable to get a shot off. That'll do it for quarter number 3. Cavs cut the lead down to 6. They really played well down the stretch after a very slow start, specifically on offense. Moving to the fourth, 76-70. Garrett again with LeBron right in front of him. gets the 3 to go in. You can tell Cedric Garrett is confident right now as he is just making easy threes right in LeBron's face. Richardson with the layup. Here is LeBron now. 80-73 Lakers lead as James gets the layup. 82-73 now. A beautiful pass for Boban. He's blocked by Big Fafa, but Boban gets it back for the layup. 84-73 with 4 minutes to go. Colin Sexton drills the contested 3, cutting the lead down to 8. Now a 9-point game with 3 minutes to go. Richardson will get this one over the hand of Big Fafa, and he gets the shot. 88-77 with 2.5 to go. Lakers just have to hold on, and they'll be fine as Anthony Simons going off for liftoff. 90-77 now. Sexton trying to join the dunk parade as the Cavs pretty much just need a miracle. 94-82. There's Darius Garland with a dunk. Speaking of Garland, following possession, he makes the 3. And with 35 seconds left, the Cavs will cut the lead down to 7. Lakers have it. Cavs aren't fouling. LeBron is wide open for 3. That's pretty much the dagger. Lakers win it 101-91 over the slumping Cleveland Cavaliers, who fall to 11-14. LA with just their 8th win of the season. We'll see if they can try to bounce back going forward. I mean, this Lakers team is super talented. They have 2 of the 5 best players in the league, arguably, in LeBron and AD. Sexton and Porter with 18 points apiece. Cedric Garrett with 17, including, I believe, 10 in the first quarter. He really started this game off well and was confident, even when guarded by LeBron. Good game for Darius Garland as well. Other than that, nobody was really impressive for Cleveland. For the Lakers, LeBron with 29 points. He was very impressive. But Anthony Davis only had 16 and 9. He was really held in check. The Cavs did a good job of stopping Davis. Anthony Simons with 15. Terry Tate with 9 in only 10 minutes. But other than LeBron, nobody really stood out for the Lakers. Thing is, LeBron knows how to carry some teams to wins. Just look at some of those Cavs teams, especially that last year when Kyrie was gone and they had Isaiah Thomas. So we're going to do some simulating, and we get some bad news. Our first big injury of the year, Kevin Porter Jr. has broken his leg, and he's going to miss the next 6 to 8 weeks. Kevin Porter Jr. was really starting to pick it up. He started off slow, but ever since we moved him to the bench, he's played a lot better, so this does come at a pretty rough time for him. The 10-man rotation will now become a 9-man rotation. We're just going to give everybody a little extra minutes. However, don't be surprised if a corresponding roster move is made in the near future. Here's a look at the actual rotation timeline of what the official minutes will look like. So we beat the Brooklyn Nets and then lose our next 4, including back-to-back-to-back blowouts against Washington, the Clippers, and Golden State. So that brings us to, I believe, 12 and 18. We're just not playing good basketball right now. Getting ready to take on the Chicago Bulls, the only team in the Central Division who's actually half good this year. So I do want to talk trade real quick. Obviously, the Lakers are having a rough year. They're now 12 and 20. The Pelicans own their pick. The Pelicans are also the #1 seed in the West. So maybe they're willing to part with that Lakers pick if they get a player who can compete for their playoff run this year. We're not going to make a trade with the Pelicans right now, but that is an interesting team to keep an eye on. We will be making a trade involving Cedi Osman. Osman has kind of fallen out of a rotation a little bit. He still plays, but he only gets like 15 minutes a game. And I just don't really see a future with Cedi Osman on this team. So Osman, along with one of the undrafted players we signed, Jarrett Butler, and a future second rounder are going to the Pacers for a 2024 first-round pick. Brad Wanamaker and a second rounder in this year's draft from the Miami Heat. Also going to add a trade exception in there so the Pacers are able to do it financially. So it does kind of sting losing Cedi Osman. I believe he was the longest tenured player on the roster, but I just don't really see a future with him. And I think at this point, the more draft picks, the merrier, especially considering we don't look like we're going to be contending for a playoff spot unless something changes. We are also going to add Romeo Luguancho from the G League team to the NBA team. We're going to call him up. We will release Brad Wanamaker, who we just traded for. He's 32. He's not going to play for us, so I figured might as well cut him because why not? In free agency, we are going to make a couple moves, including signing Romeo Langford. Langford's tenure in the NBA hasn't really worked out yet. As a rookie, he didn't do much in Boston. than last year with the Suns. He played a little bit better, but sparingly. So we're going to pick him up. I don't know why he wants $15 million. He's barely even in the league right now, so I think he's a little bit unreasonable with his asking price, but it's only a one-year contract, and I think as a buy low candidate, we can try to revive his career a little bit. So we're adding 2 players named Romeo to the rotation with Romeo LaGuancho and Romeo Langford. We're also going to sign Marc Gasol, but not to play. We are going to sign Marc Gasol to be a mentor for some of our young guys. He's kind of going to be a player coach, but he's just never going to play in the actual games. So he will be added to the team on a minimum contract. I think he could be good because we have a very young roster with no clear leader. And we're also going to send down Keelan Ofeller to the G League. So here's a look at the new rotation after all of those moves. The starting lineup will remain intact. However, the bench is far different with losing Cedi Osman and Kevin Porter Jr. to injury and adding Romeo Langford, Romeo LaGuancho, and I'm going to give Udoka Azubuike some minutes because I feel like he's too good not to play. And now the only players on the NBA team who aren't getting minutes right now is Kevin Porter Jr., who's obviously hurt, and Marc Gasol, who is our new player coach. Outside of that, everybody is getting playing time, which I do like. Try to keep the spirits high, especially considering that the team isn't playing all that well right now. So maybe this change will work out. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? As the Cavs are set to take on the Chicago Bulls, featuring the former Cavalier Andre Drummond in the center position. The Cavs decided to re-sign Jeremy Grant over Andre Drummond in the offseason. And, well, the Cavs haven't really had a consistent center since Drummond left. Quick 3 there for Lauri Markkanen, as it is now 4-6. Here's Kobe White. Heavily contested shot from Sexton, but it goes in anyway. Good start for the Chicago offense. Colin Sexton passing it out for Obi Toppin. More wide open than a McDonald's drive-thru at 5 o'clock in the morning. He connects from deep. 11-9 now. Markkanen again, and the Bulls are really hot from deep so far. They're shooting the basketball lights out at the moment. Here's Kobe White driving by Dennis Schroeder with ease. Hot start for Kobe White as he has been a majority of this Bulls offense so far. 11-16, it's Romeo Langford in his first game as a Cavalier with his first bucket as a Cavalier. 13-18 now, Langford passes it out in the corner for Dennis Schroeder, the Germany native, connecting from deep. 20-16, Bulls lead it as Kobe White inside for the slam. 18-26, nearing the end of the first quarter. Quick 3 from Reddish, no good, rebounded by Valentine, who loses it. Azubuike with the steal, and Udoka Azubuike gets the shot to go down. That's how you end a first quarter. Bulls lead at 26-20, but a very nice hustle play by the former Jayhawk, Udoka Azubuike. On to the second quarter, a lob for Andre Drummond, and it will go in. 20-28, a beautiful pass from Levine over to Kobe White for 3. 31-20 now. Levine back to White, same corner, same result. Bulls up by 14. It's Kobe White from deep, and Chicago can't seem to miss from the perimeter right now. Cavs need a basket as Cedric Garrett inside for the slam. 24-36. Chicago up by 12. As here is Deni Avdija, the second-year pro out of Israel, with the dunk. 26-40 now. Garrett inside for the slam, his second dunk of the day. 28-40 now. Garrett over to Colin Sexton. That's an and one. Deni Avdija is called for the foul as Sexton will go to the line to shoot one more, and he would make it. 31-40. Cleveland starting to play a little bit better as Kobe White makes the layup. Kobe White has just gone full-on beast mode here in this first half. Wendell Carter's shot is blocked by Diafafafobo. He then gets the rebound and gets the and one. Cam Reddish is called for the foul. 37-47 now. Jeremy Grant gonna pull up from deep. The Cavs' perimeter shooting has not been great today, but they do get a nice shot there. 40-47, right as the half is about to end. Zach LaVine with the floater. Time is ticking. Romeo LaGuancho now in the corner for 3, and it is no good. That'll do it for the first half. The Bulls lead it 49-40. Kobe White with 22 points. You know it's sad when the Cavs' top performer has 0 points? So, I mean, Cleveland's being dominated. I know it's a 9-point game, but the Cavs have played a lot worse than the score suggests. And Kobe White immediately starts the second half with an open 3. White now with 25 today, as Sexton will answer right back with a 3 of his own. 43-52. Here's Deni Avdija. His second beautiful dunk of the day, showing off some style inside there. 43-54 now. Big Fafa gonna pull up from deep, Drummond right in his face. That's the first bucket of the day for Yusuf Diafafafobo. 46-56. Sexton, his second and one of the day. Avdija called for the foul there, as it is now 49-58. Cleveland starting to pick it up a little bit as Colin Sexton gets the dunk. 53-58 now. Andre Drummond, the former Cav, over to Zach LaVine. LaVine for 3, it's good. It's been a quieter day for Zach LaVine today, considering Kobe White has taken a majority of the shots. Look at Sexton going on top of Andre Drummond for the slam. 55-61 now. Cavs are really starting to play a lot better, as it's killer Cam Reddish for 3. Cut the lead in half. Now 58-63. It's the Cavs with the steal. Jeremy Grant with the two-handed slam. Once again, a one-score game. 63-60. Kobe White inside with a fancy layup to go down. Nobody can stop Kobe White right now. He is a man on a mission. White gonna pass it inside for Wendell Carter Jr. That's a mismatch. He's guarded by Colin Sexton and will get that basket 10 times out of 10. 62-67. Sexton passes it out in the corner for Dennis Schroeder. He gets the 3. 65-71 now. Schroeder to Grant, and the Cavs are starting to hit their three-pointers. The offense is starting to come alive. 68-73. Sexton now. Does he beat the buzzer? He does. Step back 3 for Sexton. That'll do it for the third. The Cavs are red hot, and they cut the lead down to 2. 73-71 as we open up the fourth. The Cavs have all the momentum right now, and Chicago could use a bucket just like that. Denzel Valentine makes the 3. LaGuancho driving in. He's blocked by Avdija. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. LaGuancho gets it. That is the first NBA basket for Romeo LaGuancho. 73-76 now. Off-balance shot by Garland is no good. Garrett with the rebound. Garland now for 3. And we are tied up at 76. The Cavs are not missing from deep, and Garrett gets the and one on the ensuing possession. The Cavs now up 79-76 after the and one by Garrett. Garrett now steals it away from Deni Avdija on the fast break. Cedric Garrett to the corner for killer Cam Reddish. The Cavs get the 3. Nobody can stop Cleveland now. Toppin steals it from Markkanen, doesn't know what to do, so he says, screw it, I'm going to throw a windmill off the glass. Obi Toppin, what a dunk. The Cavs on a 13-0 run at the moment, and this offense is clicking. An outstanding dunk, by the way, by Obi Toppin, who throws it off the glass with a windmill. Cleveland now up by 10. This has been an unbelievable comeback these past few minutes. That's like the Bulls' first basket in the past 3 minutes, an Andre Drummond dunk. 86-78. Garrett, tight defense from Avdija, but Cleveland just cannot miss right now. Tough shot goes from Garrett, 88-80. Bulls are not out of this game, by the way, as Lauri Markkanen with the finish. And now it's 88-82. Kobe White inside, he gets the dunk. Bulls are only down by 4. They can easily make a comeback if the Cavs start to get too cocky. The lob now for Drummond is actually off the mark. However, after a bad pass from Garland, the Bulls get it right back. Drummond with the slam, and this is a 2-point game with 1.5 minutes to go. LaVine, guarded by Garrett. The layup no good. Drummond with the rebound, and he ties it at 88. The Bulls on a 10-0 run after the Cavs went on like a 16-0 run. Here is Cedric Garrett. Step back 3 is good, and the Cavs are right back up. 91-88, 1 minute to go. White inside for the slam, and that'll cut the lead down to 1. 91-90. Kobe White again inside. He misses the layup. That was such an easy shot for Chicago. The Cavs haven't really executed their chances as Kobe White gets the and one. Garland is called for the foul. He does not like the call. 91-93. Obi Toppin now for the tie. What an action-packed past few minutes of basketball we've been treated to. 93-93 with 28.7 seconds remaining. Bulls with the basketball. Here's Kobe White. Another and one. Obi Toppin is called for the foul. Kobe White is a machine right now. What a performance from him. White gets the free throw to go down, and the Bulls are up by 3 with 20.8 seconds to go. The Cavs have options here. They could hold it and go for the 3, or just take the 3 right away as Obi Toppin misses it. Andre Drummond gets the rebound, though. That's the catch. Drummond would make his first free throw, and his second one is good as well. Andre Drummond goes 2 for 2 from the line. I don't believe it. Cavs need a quick shot. Sexton gets it. 96-98. 5.4 seconds to go. Bulls have to make both of their free throws as it's Lauri Markkanen called for the foul. Can Markkanen get them both and pretty much end this game? The answer is yes. Garland has to heave up a prayer and it's no good. That's how this game ends. A wild fourth quarter of the Chicago Bulls get the win 96-90. The Bulls had the lead pretty much this whole game. Then the Cavs just started the fourth quarter on fire, and then Kobe White happened. Kobe White finished the game with 45 points. I would imagine that's a career high. Double-double for Drummond, Levine, and Markkanen also in the double figures. But what a performance by Kobe White. He looked like a superstar today. 25 points for Colin Sexton. He led the way offensively for the Cavs. 16 for Garrett, 11 for Toppin, and 10 for Cam Reddish. Garland and Grant not too far behind. So, I mean, the Cavs started the fourth quarter off really well, but they did not keep the pedal to the metal. That's ultimately how they lost this game. Another L for Cleveland as they continue to lose games. We're going to simulate these next two against Boston and Charlotte, and go figure, we lose both of them. The Hornets scored 153 on us, by the way, and it's not that anybody on the Hornets particularly dominated, but everybody was just on fire for them. They made 22 threes. As a team, they had close to like 50 assists or something. I mean, it's not that our defense was bad, it's just that their offense was unbelievable. And we scored 121, but, I mean, that's not enough when you allow 150. So that'll bring us to this Memphis game. We are now 12-21, not playing good ball. Also, next episode, we will have the first prospect profile of the season, which is fitting timing because I think most Cavs fans are more excited about the tank at the moment than winning games. Hope everybody enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I'm out. Deuces.